Hey guys, it's Vornskyr here, and today we are in a bit of Farming Simulator 2015. And I didn't expect to actually like this game anywhere near as much as I am currently enjoying it. I've got a ridiculous amount of hours in it already. Because I played a bunch of Farming Sim 2013, right? And that game was mostly memorable for its horrible, hilariously terrible physics. And that's basically why most people played it, I think. And some people played it because they liked the game, obviously, but most of the time it was for the physics. This game has physics as well, but it's actually good, if you can believe that. Like, things don't go just absolutely apeshit crazy when you run into them or anything. In fact, let me demonstrate that with my fancy tractor and fertilizer sprayer. See, it's not getting stuck inside it. It's not going flipping upside down. Yeah, it's all working pretty well. So yeah, I thought I'd just jump in this and give kind of an overview of the game. See, can I lift this up? So maybe some of the weight things aren't quite right, but still, it all works pretty well. So yeah, what am I going to do? Let's fix that up. We'll leave this tractor here for a minute, and we'll just kind of explain kind of the basic mechanics of the game. So if I press 9, you can see, look at all, that's basically the entire map. You see there's all these fields and stuff on it. I've got 3 fields unlocked right now, which these are the 3 fields you start with, so nothing unusual there. I haven't done anything crazy. I mean, I'm still about, oh, I don't know, I think I'm actually like 15 hours into this or something. I haven't used any money cheats or anything, so my progress has been fairly slow, I guess. And I've also just been spending a lot of time figuring out how the game works. You can see trees. I'm a bit untidy when it comes to cutting down trees and stuff. That's from the forestry stuff. Chainsaw. Yeah, the forestry is kind of cool. It's a bit fiddly, but it's pretty cool. So what are we gonna do? We've got these fields. Let's seed one of the fields, shall we? We'll start off by doing that. If I get to the right tractor. Look how filthy the tractor is. There's this cool thing where they actually, as you use the tractors, they get really dirty. I can actually, oh shit, wrong one. Yeah. I've got this Karcher here, this high pressure washer. And you can turn this on, you can clean your tractors. Like, seriously. I just cleaned it off. Seems like it takes a little while sometimes, but it gets there in the end. It actually takes quite a while. But it's getting cleaner. It is getting cleaner. There we go. Nice and shiny. That's stupid. I don't think it actually does anything, like, apart from having a visual effect when the tractor's all dirty. But it's such a cool little touch. I guess the amount of exposure that Farming Sim 2013 got meant that they can do stuff like this now, after 70 people bought that game. So let's hook this up. There we go. This is just the seeder, or sowing machine, whatever they call it. And I think I've got canola selected, canola seeds. So we'll go do that on one of these fields. And I'll do like one pass or something, then I'll hire a worker to do it, because it's so boring doing it yourself. So press V to lower it. And what's the button? B to turn it on. And we zoom out. You can see how the ground changes colour. So that's just sowing the field. To get the field to this stage, you need to use the cultivator as well, which is a different tool that goes on the back of the tractor. So basically you cultivate it, you seed it, and then you can fertilise it if you want, that's like optional. And then you wait for it to grow, and you harvest it with the combine harvester. So that's seeding basically. Let's just hire a guy to do it. Press H. And away he goes. So that's pretty cool. I like that you don't have to actually do it all yourself. I mean, it costs a bit of in-game currency, farm bucks, whatever you want to call it, but it's pretty cool. I think I'd drive myself crazy if I had to actually do that all manually. So that's that stage. This is the fertilizing thing that I was talking about. It's actually full up on fertilizer at the moment, so I can drive that up there now. These aren't the starting tractors, by the way. Well, that one over there is, the one with the seeder. I think you start with 4 tractors. You got 2 of those ones over there, and then 2 other ones. But I've played a bit, and I sold some tractors to get money, then I bought other tractors. Because this one's good, because it's got the front loader attachments. You can buy all, this is a log fork on it at the moment, but you can buy all sorts of useful stuff. So I'll leave this here, and then I'll come back to that later, once it's actually time to do the fertilizing. So let's see, have our chickens given us any eggs? Because you get eggs off the chickens and you sell them. I don't have the time acceleration turned up pretty high at the moment. It's at 15 times, I think. It goes up to 120 times. So when you're waiting for your crops to grow and shit, you just turn it up to 120 times. And it'll be done in like 5-10 minutes, which is pretty cool. So he's still doing his thing. What else can I show you? So that's the harvester there. Probably won't see that in this video because none of the crops will actually grow. Unless I turn the speed up. I might do that. Anyway, I'll work that out later. Over here, these are a couple more attachments for that tractor with the front end loader. That's just a weight thing to weigh down the back. There's also this bucket, useful for bucketing, I guess. This is the cultivator thing. It's all pretty filthy. I don't really watch this stuff or anything. I just did that to show you what it was like. But yeah, so there's that. Let's press the tab button. That's the harvester. That's that. This is what they call the telly loader. Basically, it has a really high. If I drive it out of here, you can see it's got like, it stretches out really far, basically like a crane. So that's pretty useful for things. I was using it to load logs into the log trailer, but I've got rid of that log trailer now. I've actually got, not that, I've got this. Check this bad boy out. So this thing is basically, it's a log carrier, but it's also got a crane built into it. The crane control is a bit fiddly, but yeah. So let's actually cut down a tree. Why not? With the chainsaw of doom. Which way do I want it to fall? Let's go this way. You can't really predict how it's going to fall, but so we'll just cut through that. Sometimes it falls off straight away, so other times it doesn't. So it went down straight away. And is it actually going to fall over? Hard to say. So if you're wondering, you rotate the chainsaw by holding down the right mouse button and moving the mouse left or right. It took me ages to figure that out because it doesn't actually say that up in the top left, the controls thing. It doesn't say how you do that. It does for pretty much everything else. It says press mouse buttons for additional controls, but not for the chainsaw. So I'm actually just going to knock this tree down. Like so. I don't think they've set the weight values for the trees quite correctly. The trees are really weird. They'll kind of spin around and do all sorts of weird shit. So now that you got the tree cut down, this is how forestry works basically. You cut the tree down, then you strip all the branches off it, and then you can drop it into that pool, and or the lake, whatever you want to call it, the mill pond I think they call it, and you get money for it. So I just kind of go like this. This is how all the professional loggers do it, I'm sure. Oh, we got most of them. These, what sort of trees are these? I think they're fir trees, maybe? Don't remember. But these are really good for forestry, because they only have those branches on them that come off straight away like that. You see a tree like this, it has those same branches, but then it also has bigger branches, like this one, and you have to cut them off manually, which just adds a whole bunch of extra work to the whole deal. So this way is good. So that's, I could cut this up into sections, but instead I'm just going to grab the whole thing with the crane. And we'll drive that into the pond thing. I'm actually going to turn this around. Like that, there we go. And then I can actually rotate the driving direction, which is pretty cool. It means the camera does that, but now I can actually drive like this, which is useful, rather than having to be in reverse. So let's grab onto this log, and I always get the controls for this wrong. Almost there. No. Yes. No. That'll do. So now we open up the claw. Like that. Might have to lift it up a bit. There we go. Down. Close the claw. And there we go. So we've actually lifted the whole thing up basically. And because we don't have very far to go, I'm just going to carry this over to the pond and hope that it doesn't drop out of the claw. I mean, you're not really supposed to do it like this, so sometimes it will just freak out and it'll drop it straight away. That's why I'm going so slowly, just because I don't want it to drop the log. But we're nearly there. And we'll just drop this log into the pond, which is actually kind of a weird way of phrasing it, I think. But anyway. Oh shit, no, I dropped it. God damn it. Okay, well, we're so close that it doesn't really matter. So let's put this down. You'd think there'd be like some stabilizing feet or something for this, but there's not. So it kind of rocks about as you're controlling the crane. A little odd. Anyway, doesn't really matter. Okay, lock that in. I'm trying to pick it up. It doesn't really want to. No, it doesn't want to this time. Alright, let's just drive it like this then. No? Maybe if I can just get it far enough in, then it'll just give me the money for it anyway. Oh, that's not quite worked. This is what happens when you don't chop it up into sections. Oh wait, there we go. Aha! Money. I think that these trees basically give you around 50 grand, which is a pretty cool payday. Especially given that crops and everything don't give you anywhere near that much money. I mean, it's a bit of an investment. If I bring up the store, by pressing the P button, it's a bit of an investment to get that far, because this thing costs 220 grand. This costs 300. I want this 317,000. This will actually cut the tree down, so you don't need to use the hand chainsaw or anything. I'm not quite sure how it works. It looks awesome though. But yeah, so these are all the different forestry stuff. Let's have a look at some of the other stuff. Anything on sale? No. So these are, there's all sorts of shit to buy, basically. Bunch of different harvesters, different tractors. There's so many different tractors. Although the thing is, I don't think most of them are that useful, because a lot of the high-end machines, like implements and stuff, they need a certain amount of power. So you see like this Lamborghini tractor, for example, which is a weird thing to say. I know that Lamborghini makes tractors, or they used to anyway, but it's still a weird thing to say. This one's got 162 kilowatts maximum power. Now, if we go back into, let's say, the forestry equipment, the wood chipper here needs 184 kilowatts to actually work. So if you want to use that wood chipper, there's no point buying that Lamborghini tractor. So you need to get like, this one would probably work, this, whatever that's called. Or this New Holland one, that's even more power, so that's 235 kilowatts. But the point is, most of these cheaper tractors, there's actually not much point buying them. And this one's good because it can have the front loading stuff on it, so can this. Most of them can't, so that's why they're useful. But yeah, this is the front loading stuff. So you got to buy the arms for it, and then you buy the forks and stuff. What else is there? There's all sorts of shit. There's one truck which you attach the semi-trailer to. There's a number of different semi-trailers. There's like the chippers. So like this one, you'd load it up with the all like the grain and stuff from the silo. You get this trailer as well. You can put tractors and stuff on the trailer and then drive them around. I haven't tried that yet, but you could do that. So there's all sorts of stuff. You buy some cows. I don't have any way of feeding the cows or anything, because feeding the cows is like a pretty complicated process. You need some specialized feeding technology, and you need hay and silage, and yeah, it's complicated. So yeah, there's all sorts of stuff to buy. It's actually a lot of stuff to the processes aren't too complicated, but getting it all set up requires a fair bit of time. So like to make hay bales, for example, you would plant wheat and then you would harvest the wheat, and that leaves over some straw or stuff, and then I think you might windrow the straw so that it's in nice rows, and then you would get a baler, one of these things, and you drive that over those rows, and it would output bales of hay, or straw, or whatever. And that's how you do one part of it. Like it's pretty complex in some ways. but once you've got your head around it, it's not too bad. So let's go back to our field here, which is not quite fully seeded. The workers do take their own sweet time. But let's fertilize this anyway so we can see what it's like. And I don't quite remember how far the fertilizer actually sprays. But let's just turn it on. I'll zoom out a bit. So there we go. You can see the ground immediately changes colour. And what fertilizing does is you don't have to do it, but I think it doubles the yield of the crop, of the field. So like, which is obviously pretty useful. Twice as much crop equals twice as much money when it comes time to sell it, basically. So that's pretty cool, all by itself. So yeah, it's a really good looking game as well. I mean, some of the textures are pretty low quality, but all the tractors and stuff are pretty high quality from what I've seen. They all look pretty good close up. So we just tab through them. It's all the stuff that really matters is pretty good. Like you get up close to some of, let's say, the trees. The trees don't look fantastic up close. Yeah. Whoa, what was that? Tree climbing extraordinaire here. Yeah, they're not the greatest. Some of the other stuff isn't fantastic. What's this guy doing? Yeah. They don't look terrible. As far as AI characters in simulator games go, not the worst I've ever seen. Can I chainsaw him? I cannot chainsaw him. Oh well, that's a shame. So yeah, all in all, I think this is one of those games. It's like Euro Truck, right? I mean, when Euro Truck Sim came out, when it very first came out, most people were like, you know, why is anybody bothering to play this? You're just driving trucks around, and it sounds like on paper it sounds like something that's kind of a bit boring, a bit lame, whatever. And it turns out to be a fair bit of fun, just like getting stuck into it and spending a bit of time in it. And I think this game is actually going to be kind of the same. Well, I've got no idea how I've actually spent the amount of time in this game that I already have, but you know, so be it. It's strangely fun, I guess. Let's do another row of this. So there's also a big American map. Apparently, this is the European map. Oh, I actually made the whole thing good. I thought I was going to miss part of it there, but yeah, there's also a an American map that I haven't tried yet. Be interested to see what that one's like. So I'll have to have a look at that sooner or later. But right now, I think basically what I'm trying to do is I just want to make enough money to see what some of the expensive machinery is like. And forestry is the best way to make money, as from what I've seen. And like, there's really easy ways of doing it. So you saw that I had these pine trees set up along here. What you can do, you can actually buy trees. So if I go into, I'll show those. If I go into the placeables, and I go down to the trees, you see this fir tree. This is what I want. So these are 7,000 each. And if I pop down like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, each of those will sell for about 50,000 bucks, I think. So it's pretty easy money. And you can put them right down, like you put them down right here next to this mill pond, and it's crazy. Like you chop them down, you strip off all the branches, and you just chuck them in the water, and straight away, easy money. So if you're wondering an easy way to make money without cheating, that's it. And you don't need this crazy thing here. Like this tractor, it will carry logs around. It's not the best way of doing it, but it does work. Like you just scoop them up with the log fork on the front, and you know that works. This thing with the log fork on it, this will also carry logs around. So you can even cut a log down here and just drive it all the way to the mill pond, which is up there. You see in the top left of the map where it says lumberyard. That's where that stuff is. I mean, it's a bit of a painful drive sometimes, but you can definitely do it. That's actually how I did the first couple of ones when I was first figuring it all out. So you can definitely do that. Or you can just make a bit of money with the fields and everything, and just save up and buy your all your logging stuff later. It's up to you. Or you can cheat. There are ways of cheating. So you've got like 99 billion credits or something. So whatever. So it's up to you, however you choose to do that, really. But yeah, so it's actually a pretty cool game, which I wasn't quite expecting. I was basically just you know, jumped into the game expecting crazy physics or something like that. I don't think you're going to see many of those crazy physics videos from this game, unlike 2013, because it's far more polished in general. Basically, I think it's funny the amount of players that 2013 got because of those crazy physics and everything means that they could afford to do a proper job this time. You see how the tracks from the wheels and everything are kind of persistent, like they stay in the field. It's pretty cool. It's all nice little touches. There's a lot of little details and stuff. So yeah. As we ride off into the sunset, I think I'll end this here. So just kind of a quick overview of this game. Fairly decent simulator, I guess, is my final thoughts. I'm not really a game reviewer or anything, as I think you can probably tell from this video, but I'm having a fair bit of fun playing this, and I guess I'll keep playing it for a while. So yeah, but I think I'll end this here. So let me know if you'd like to see more of this. As you can probably tell, I think I mentioned I've played like a stupid amount of hours already, so I'm having a bit of fun playing it. So yeah, let me know if you'd like to see more of it. But until next time, I've been Vornskyr. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.